What is up, guys? Digitalnex, and today we have a My Story animated. Before we start today's video, make sure to follow me on all my socials, whether that be my Instagram, my Twitter, or my Twitch, and let's jump right in.
Being poor didn't stop my parents from spoiling my younger brother Pedro rotten. You see, Pedro was a genius. By the time he was 8 months—
Oh my god, young Pedro! Bazinga. All I can think of is vote for Pedro. That's all I can think about. My brain fried for like a few seconds. I couldn't think of anything else that had the name Pedro in it because I'm trying to think who willingly names their child Pedro.
Old, he could say his alphabet and count to 100. Our baby is a genius.
He's going to make us so proud.
And what am I? Chopped liver? On my 5th birthday—
Yes, what can you do? Not only can your brother solve these crazy mathematical equations, but he can also solve the mysteries of the heart. Can you do that? No, you just draw crudely drawn butterflies and sing the Elmo song. I don't know what the Elmo song is. I'm sure he has a song on there though. It's not that impressive.
Pedro was allowed to go to school, and I wasn't. My parents said it was because Pedro had a special gift, so they used all the money they had to send him to a private school for—
Okay, before think about it this way. I'll explain it. You have 2 horses, right? One horse is athletically gifted. This horse is running marathons. This horse is he built different, you know, he built better, stronger, smarter, faster, all right? This is the more superior horse. This horse is the more superior horse. Then you have this horse. He's just a horse, right? He's just kind of there, you know, nothing really too crazy special, just kind of there. Now, if you're gonna race these horses and see which one you're gonna make the most money off of, which one are you gonna go for? Are you gonna go for just the horse? Or are you gonna go for the built different horse, the better horse, clearly? You know, you're kind of gonna wanna like invest a little bit more in that horse. You know, there's nothing wrong. You know, you can love both of them. You're just gonna invest more in the other, you know, because you want the bigger payout, right? And this other horse that's just a horse shouldn't take it that personally and just should shut their big mouth.
The time my parents saw me was when they wanted me to do some chore around the house. And since I couldn't read books to myself, or I didn't have a phone to watch videos, I started to sew to pass my time.
I don't know if I'm supposed to feel bad for her story. Like, I'm sure something will happen later on. It's just, you know, I don't feel any sort of ways. I don't feel bad for her.
I fell in love with creating new things from old stuff, and I wanted to become a fashion designer. Because of how differently my parents treated Pedro and me, we never grew up close, and he always saw me as his slave, even—
Clip my toenails.
I will admit, MSA, your graphics have gotten a little bit better. You might have like stolen some people from MAPPA over there, you know? They hired some new animators. They're like, yeah, man, we ain't sending these people home. You know, we gotta be pumping out these videos every day. They ain't never seeing their families again.
They don't have the money to send you to some stupid sewing school when they're going to send me to the most prestigious college in the country.
I'm sorry, Camilla, but we have to support the child who has greater potential.
Is that not what I said? I told you. Now, I'm not dissing on colleges, trust me. I went to a college, but a good majority of what you can learn is on the internet. I sometimes feel like you can be such a good self-teacher, you can like learn everything through YouTube. And I'm not just like, I'm just saying that a lot of people who've had years of experience put all that experience on YouTube for you to learn in like a 15-minute video.
It was then that I decided I'd do whatever it took to get myself into a sewing school. I tried to get a job, but nobody wanted to hire an 11-year-old, not even as a clown for a birthday party. When I was 13—
You're an 11-year-old? An 11-year-old trying to go to like an already like college-esque school? Why didn't you just enjoy your childhood for what it is? Why are you trying to like hurry up and do something, you know?
Running around, and I finally landed a babysitting job. But when my parents found out that I'd been neglecting household chores because of it, they were furious. Dad tore up all my designs that I had stuck on my bedroom walls. I had to be smart, and when Mom sent me to the supermarket, I'd pass by the wishing fountain and take all the coins. Don't give—
I know someone else who used to do that. I mean, I've done it a few times, not recently, just, you know, when I was younger and I didn't know any better. Look a little weird if I was doing it now.
Luckily for me, my life took an amazing turn when I turned 16. One day, while drawing in my room, I was so focused that I didn't see this girl peeking in at me through the window. Wow, that looks amazing.
Who does that? Who just randomly goes up to someone's window and starts staring at? If that was me, the police would have been called. They would have been like, some weird dude's looking at me through the window. I've been like, no, I'm just looking at you drawing. That's pretty cool, you know? And then I would have just been hauled away, never to be seen again.
To the ground. The girl then did a backflip through my bedroom window and came in. Did the circus come to town? I'm the new neighbor and I didn't even let her finish. I just picked her up, threw her out of the window, and closed the curtains. As much as I wanted a friend, I didn't want anyone to know that I couldn't read or write. What would she think of?
I didn't know she could read or write, or she couldn't read or write. So she doesn't know how to read or write, but she can sew. If you can't read or write, how did you teach yourself how to sew? I mean, I guess, there's a lot of things I'm confused about here, okay? And is there like a prestigious sewing school? I mean, I guess you could just go to a school and like, they would put you in costume design. I don't know.
One day, I decided to take a shortcut home because I had seen a lady with the most amazing outfit, and I wanted to get home and sketch it. Just then, I heard a man yell behind me.
Watch out!
As I turned, I saw a huge crane ball coming my way. I froze in place.
I will never, ever understand people who get the deer in the headlights like thing. And when I say deer in the headlights, I mean a deer who is crossing the road and they clearly see your headlights and they're like, I'm just going to go ahead and chill here. You know, I'm just going to go ahead and stand here, see what happens. You know, I don't know what those lights are, but it's about to go down, you know? I don't understand people who see something heading towards them and just wait for it to hit them. They're like, oh man, I could easily move, but I'm just going to go ahead and let that thing totally annihilate me because, I mean, why not? We'll try again.
Someone pushed me to the ground just in time. Girl, are you crazy? This is a danger zone. Can't you read? I sighed heavily and shook my head. That's okay. I can't draw amazing fashion designs like you can.
It's okay. I can't draw, but I can do basic stuff, you know, like that. You should be able to do like read and write and stuff. But I can't draw, so you got me there.
She also told me that her father lost his job after his boss accused him of stealing money from his office and then blacklisted him so no one else would hire him, while her mother worked as a maid for some rich lady.
So does everyone with interesting lives just all live in one neighborhood, or like what's going on? What's happening here? This is like the most craziest like your guys' lives are just so interesting. Who knew you guys were all so close together?
Over the next few months, Sophia taught me how to read and write. She was a great teacher, and I was a quick learner. Sophia's mother even supplied me with her old drapes to practice my designs on. As much as I loved my bestie, there was a downside of being neighbors with Sophia. Harrison and—
Like I said, it's not so much as they're trying to keep a good girl down. It's, you know, they saw the potential in one and they're like, yeah, we're gonna invest all our money into that one, you know? Better payout.
Coming home after getting groceries, I saw two guys push some guy to the ground and grab his keys. Hey, stop it! The guys looked around and I was shook. Pedro? Harrison?
Let's get out of here.
They hopped into the car and sped off. Was Pedro crazy?
Like, let's get out of here, Scoobs. Right, Reggie? Like she's on to us. We're totally in it now.
If you tell Mom and Dad anything, I'll tell them that Sophia has been tutoring you.
I couldn't afford to lose Sophia's friendship, so I kept my mouth shut and kept a close eye on Pedro.
Yeah, your parents would care if you were getting free tutoring. Sometimes it costs money to get tutoring, and your parents are gonna be like, no daughter of mine is gonna learn how to read or write. Excuse me? A woman knowing how to read or write in this house? Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
Found out that he'd been failing his subjects in school, and he was missing classes to hang out with Harrison and his goons. I was so frustrated. Maybe you should start a podcast to ease some of your frustration.
I'd start a podcast. I just feel like I don't have anything interesting to say. I ain't got no crazy MSA stories, you know?
That night, Sophia helped me set up an anonymous podcast using her phone. I went by the name Raven, and it felt so good to get so many things off my chest. But what felt even better was reading the comments encouraging me to follow my dreams.
You know what felt even better is when I started social media, like, with no idea, and I just blew up all of a sudden and started making millions and billions of dollars. Yeah, because that happens every single day. Only in these Darman and MSA stories does that ever happen.
And soon, my clothes were being sold
Set up a
faster than I could make them.
money.
Yeah, I set up a secret workshop in Sophia's basement. First, Harrison was arrested for pickpocketing, and his father shipped him off to the Navy. When he left, Pedro got 100 times worse, and he was even kicked out of school.
I just realized that's the Shinji meme from... that's the Shinji meme from Evangelion. Okay, they clever. Someone over there, someone knows what they're doing over at MSA. They're like, yeah, we got this.
I saved up enough money to get into the most prestigious fashion school in the country. The only thing left to do was to send in my application, which required me to create any design of my choice.
Everything is so like centered around social media. I would assume that if you didn't go to a fashion school and your designs are just that good and that you posted them on social media, maybe someone famous would see them and therefore you make a design for that famous person and then spreading your name around and you essentially start doing stuff like that. Because I mean, with schools, they're like, yeah, you'll say that you went to the school and stuff and that's about it, but does that really get you any real connections though?
A few nights before the submission of my dress, while at Sophia's, I saw Pedro enter her parents' bedroom. I snuck up to the door and peeked through the crack. I watched in shock as Pedro was stuffing his pockets with jewelry. Pedro, what on earth are you doing? Pedro gave me one look and jumped.
My dude, Spider-Man over here. I can't stand Spider-Man. just beat up your brother at this point. Like, I feel like he deserves just to get his, just to get rocked. Like, just knock him out. Knock him a good one.
Glared at me as he was holding a necklace in his hand.
Camellia, why was this in your dresser?
As if on cue, Pedro walked into the room to examine the necklace.
Wait, isn't that Sophia's mother's?
You should know, since you stole it.
Pedro told us that he saw you take this.
Yeah, Pedro told you that? That's when you're like, what proof does he have? How does he know? This is how you say it, or this is what you would do. I would be like, how does Pedro know I stole that? What business does Pedro have at Sophia's house? He's not even friends with Sophia and his friend and the only reason he would be over there is because of Harrison, and Harrison's locked up. So why was Pedro over at Sophia's mom's house? How did he see me steal it? Because I'm saying he stole it. But then again, what proof do any of us have? It's just he said, she said, and that's not fair if you blame one of us. Also, which one of us has been getting in trouble lately,
I just don't understand where we went wrong with you.
We also found cash hidden under the floorboards. Where did you steal that from?
I froze. How did they? That's my money. I earned it.
Stop lying, Camellia.
I think it's time to teach little Miss Fashionista a lesson that she will never forget.
Oh, man. Should've kept that cat. I would just be like, listen, we're gonna let the cops solve this. This is my money. I earned it. I earned it from selling designs and whatnot. I don't know what else you could do at that point.
I watched in horror as Mom lit the fireplace and took the dress from Pedro. Mom, please, don't. You will learn your place in this family, Camellia. My mother threw my dress in the fireplace.
Then was it that good of a dress if it burned that quickly? Must have been trash. A good thing she burned it. Start over.
I wanted to attack my parents and Pedro, but I decided to pack my bags and I went to Sophia's. That night, after bawling my eyes out, I did a live podcast and revealed to my listeners what I had just endured under the hands of my parents. This time, I used their real names. Yep.
You done doxed your parents? I may be out of money, but I ain't out of options. I still got another trap card under my sleeve, you guys. My name is Camellia Hartwell White. I live at 308 Arroyo Lane, Albuquerque, New Mexico. That is how you start the video off, right? On your podcast. That's how you get ready to dox your parents.
My parents were chased out of the neighborhood, and the rich lady Sophia's mom worked for pulled some strings, and she got me another submission date. Bestie, this dress is even better than the last one.
That's that dress in Genshin Impact. Ain't that impressive? Anyway.
I received a letter in the mail. Beads of sweat ran down my forehead. With trembling fingers, I opened the letter, and my jaw dropped. What does it say? I got accepted into the fashion school.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess how this ends. She gets into the fashion school, she works hard, and then because she went to that fashion school, she gets well known by crazy famous people and just becomes super successful. And yeah, that's pretty much is what's gonna happen. So let's see let's see if it comes true.
I worked hard and came out at the top of my class. I earned a junior position in a fashion company. I even convinced Sophia's dad to apply as a manager there, and he got the job. It wasn't long after they were able to move into a nice place.
Okay, this is a little bit better than what I was expecting. This is nice, you know. She got she pretty much got a new family and helped them out, and everyone's thriving, everyone's being successful.
One night, after one of the company's shows, I spotted my parents in the hallway waiting for me. What are you guys doing here? I see you're a fashion designer. I'm so proud of you.
Nah, your mom looks goofy as heck. Ditch him. Nah, not after that. I've been like, thanks for showing up. That's pretty cool. Not really though. So I'm gonna go ahead and bounce. I'm out.
Words I always wanted to hear my parents say, but I knew they weren't sincere. Why are you here? Dad shifted uncomfortably.
Pedro's in trouble. He and some of his friends got caught breaking into a bank and we need money to bail him out.
I've been like, dang, that's crazy. You should probably ask Pedro's parents, because I'm not his parent, and so he's not my responsibility. It's almost as if someone should have been listening and been like, dang, he's getting in a lot of trouble. Maybe someone should, you know, knock him out. I don't know. Who knows? Oh well, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it, you guys. Oh yeah, what about all the money that you pretty much took from me and said I stole?
Are you going to help or not?
Not. Had you done your job as parents and parented Pedro instead of letting him wrap you around his finger, now if you'll excuse me, I'm going to join my real family. I pushed past my parents and walked toward the people who helped me and never turned their backs on me. Family is not just about blood, but those who stood by you through thick and thin. Have I told you guys how amazing you are?
Dang, there has to be the satisfaction you must have. Perfect. There's nothing better than proving someone wrong. There's nothing better than someone who treated you like trash finally coming and begging you, please, I need help. And then you just tell them, no.
You guys are amazing. So are you, bestie. I love you, and I'm so proud of you. I love you too.
What a good ending, okay? That's an ending I can respect, you know? I'm tired of seeing them all of a sudden just blowing up and becoming bazillionaires and all this other stuff. That's not super realistic. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are absolutely amazing. And if you enjoyed today's animated video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe and turn on that little bell for notifications so you know when I go live or I post a new video. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.